Hello guys, Genuine here of Genuine Gaming, and here are the leader abilities and talents of Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader Beta. These are not the final abilities and talents of the leader, as it can still change during launch. Leaders are support characters who use their willpower and fellowship to improve combat capabilities of their allies, turning them into even greater combatants. They can focus on buffing allies, giving them extra turns, raising momentum quickly. On level up, they may improve these characteristics: fellowship, willpower, toughness, weapon skill, and ballistic skill. As for the skills, they may improve the following: persuasion, commerce, coercion, carouse, and lore Imperium. I would suggest to raise your agility and toughness around 40 points, then focus on fellowship when you level up. There are a lot better talents and abilities based on fellowship compared to willpower. This is the reason that you should boost up your fellowship stat as a leader. At first level, the leader receives two abilities: Bring It Down and Voice of Command. Bring It Down gives a target ally a bonus turn with no movement points and action points equal to half of the leader's fellowship bonus. If an ally is under the Voice of Command effect, they gain an additional +2 times leader's fellowship bonus momentum anytime they kill an enemy. Bring It Down costs 2 AP. Voice of Command increases the target ally's characteristics by 5, +2 times leadership fellowship bonus for 1 turn. Additionally, all the leader's abilities can be applied to the Voice of Command from any distance. A character that just became the target of Voice of Command can't be targeted by it again for the next 2 turns. Voice of Command costs 1 AP. The next keystone is unlocked at 4th level. The leader would receive his heroic act and desperate measure ability. It's Your Time. It's Your Time would give an ally an additional turn with full AP and MP. This turn, that ally doesn't have a limit on stacks. If used as desperate measure, it would decrease the leader's fellowship to half until the end of combat. Here are the abilities that a leader can have. Move, Move, Move. It costs 1 AP. The target ally immediately gains additional movement points equal to leader's fellowship bonus. If the target is under the voice command of effect, it ignores attacks of opportunity until the end of leader's turn. This ability best combined with Bring It Down. This ability gives him a MP, while Bring It Down gives him an AP. Get Back in the Fight. Cost 1 AP. The leader encourages a target ally to immediately recover from burning, bleeding, toxin, and stun effects. If the target is under Voice of Command effect, it gains +2 times leader's willpower bonus temporary wounds. This is a must-have ability for the leader, as burning, bleeding, toxin, and stun are annoying debuffs of the game. Air of Authority costs 1 AP. The target ally increases their resolve by leader's resolve until the end of combat. If the target is under the Voice of Command effect, they will begin the next turn with 1 additional action point. This is another must-have ability of the leader, as it will allow the group to reach the required momentum to activate Heroic Act more quickly. Break their Ranks. Cost 1 AP. This ability can only target allies that have enemies adjacent to them. Until the beginning of the leader's next turn, all targets' melee attacks deal bonus damage equal to half of the leader's fellowship bonus, multiplied by the number of enemies adjacent to the target at the time of the usage of this ability. If the target is under the Voice of Command effect, it immediately makes an attack of opportunity against an adjacent enemy with the lowest remaining wounds. To Me cost 1 AP. This ability can only be used on allies that can reach the leader by moving less than 20 cells. The target ally immediately moves toward the leader, following the shortest possible path. If the target is under the Voice of Command effect, it gains 2 times leader's willpower bonus armor until the end of the leader's turn. If the target remains next to the leader, any attacks made against the leader will target them instead until the effect of To Me ends. Take Aim. The target's next attack will ignore cover and will have double effective distance. If the target is under the Voice of Command effect, this attack will ignore enemy dodge, and the damage from the attacks can't be reduced below 30, plus 3 times leader's fellowship bonus % for any reason. As for your leader's talents, here are the options. Commanding Voice. The range of the leader's abilities increases by 3, while Voice of Command range increases by 6. This is a must-have talent for the leader as it will allow him to stay further back of the party but still be able to buff out his allies. Steel Resolve. Leader's Resolve increases by 3. This is also a good choice. Blood of Martyrs. When an ally uses the Heroic Act, that ally gains temporary wounds equal to 10% of their maximum wounds plus Leader's Resolve. Focus. Every time the leader uses an ability on an ally, that ally gains a bonus to their perception and ballistic skill equal to the leader's fellowship bonus. Those bonuses stack, but half of the stacks rounded up are lost at the target's turn. This is another good talent to have, especially if you are running a good number of ranged characters. Inspire Courage. The first ally that leader targets with an ability each turn gains willpower bonus temporary wounds. Personal Oversight. An ally that becomes a target of any leader's action, ability, or attack increases their resolve by 1 until the end of the leader's next turn. This effect stacks and is prolonged until the end of the leader's next turn every time it stacks. Physical Encouragement. Anytime an ally starts a turn, including any extra turns, adjacent to the leader, that ally gains additional MP equal to half of the leader's fellowship bonus. Iron Discipline. An ally affected by the leader's abilities gets a bonus plus 2 times willpower bonus to all resistance checks. Breaking Point. The target of Bring It Down gets additional action point, but if they finish their turn from this ability with 0 AP, they take direct damage equal to the leader's WP bonus. Lasting Impression. Half of the bonus of the Voice of Command remains until the end of combat. This bonus does not stack with itself or with bonuses from Voice of Command, but counts as an effect of a leader's ability for all other talents. Exemplar Heroism. Whenever a heroic act is used in combat by any character, leader's next attack will cause 0 AP. Lead by example. Every time the leader makes an attack, they gain plus 5 to their fellowship until the end of combat. Never use this personally, since I build my leader to buff up allies. It sounds good as written if it stacks, and if your leader is also built to attack enemies. Armor of Contempt. When ally gets affected by leader's doctrine ability or talent that grants temporary wounds, their armor is increased by 10% for 1 round. Does not stack. Be Vigilant. Allies under the effect of leader's abilities gain a bonus to their weapon skill equal to 2 times leader's fellowship bonus and will deal additional leader's fellowship bonus damage on attacks of opportunity until the beginning of the leader's next turn. This is a good way of buffing your melee combatants and increase their weapon skill stats so as to make their attacks more difficult to parry. Inspiring Speech. Air of Authority immediately gives momentum equal to the target's resolve after the use of the ability. Survive. Targets of To Me takes 15% less damage until the beginning of the leader's next turn. Targets taking their turn while under the effect of To Me have this reduction doubled and take 30% less damage. Wounds are not an excuse. Get Back in the Fight removes 1 fresh injury from the target and heals the target for the half of the leader's willpower bonus wounds for each condition removed by Get Back in the Fight, including fresh injury. A minimum of half of the leader's willpower bonus wounds will always be healed, even if no conditions were removed. Watch Yourself. Targets of Move gain 10% bonus to dodge and 10% bonus to cover efficiency until the beginning of the leader's next turn. Prepare for Assault. Break their ranks always work as if there is no more enemy adjacent to the target. This allows it to be used on the targets with no enemies adjacent to them. Steady. Take Aim also increases the damage of the next ranged attack by 2% for each cell between the attacker and the target. Then we have It's Your Time upgrade. Upgrade 1. This turn the target deals plus half of the leader's fellowship bonus damage. Then until the end of combat, that ally gains the effect of Voice of Command. Upgrade 2. All negative effects are immediately cleansed from the target. Then until the end of the next leader's turn, the target can't die. Upgrade 3. The target gains 3 times fellowship bonus temporary wounds until the end of combat. Upgrade 4. Any kill made with a target, this turn restores 1 AP and 1 MP up to the leader's fellowship bonus times. Then, the target can redirect the ability to another target with the remaining AP and MP. This is so far the best choice among the upgrades. In conclusion, the leader doctrine is best in buffing up characters. He may not make him a good combatant as he can make other ally look good. He can give an ally an extra turn, an extra move, and better. At level 15 as of the beta, the leader unlocks the Vanguard Advanced Doctrine. So those are the leader talents and abilities in Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader Beta. These things are not yet final for launch, so expect things to change. And for more updates of the game, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Ciao!